Hello, all, and welcome again to Elcade Farm. On today's episode 3, we're going to be looking at the span of about 4 weeks on the updates of this garden. If you have any questions, leave me a comment, and as always, constructive criticism are always welcome. Good, healthy growth of okra in here on this row, but seems like weeds are taking over. Cucumbers, not so good. A good healthy growth of radishes and a good healthy growth of zucchini squash. These are summer squash. Summer squash, every hill has got seed. As you can see, okra is pretty good. White potato. Every hill is popping up. There's one that just started to pop. Oh, one here missing. Supposed to be one there. And then I got cantaloupe here. As you can see, centipede grass is taking over, so I'm gonna have to spray it with Roundup. We'll see what it does. And then the last two are nothing yet. I'm gonna plant tomatoes, peppers, and some eggplant on the last ones. As you can see, it's growing. I got cantaloupe over here, planted from seeds. Potatoes, probably almost a month. Same thing with the okra. Okra is growing. I need to thin it and de-weed it. And let's go check the health of the other stuff here. Here are the zucchini. They're doing good. For some reason, some of them are not as good as the others. Probably fertilizer pollution. It's all done by tractor. Radishes, probably another week or so we're going to get some. My cucumber didn't do so hot. There's one over here. And then looks like two over here. I need to weed it. And here are the yellow squash. Doing really good. And I'm not sure what I'm going to plant in between. I think I'm going to get some onion and plant some onion there. Or I'm going to reserve it to plant some more squash and zucchinis, because these squash zucchinis plants don't last long. After they produce 2 or 3 times, if you don't take care of them, after bugs, they get buggy and they die quickly. It's hard to manage them. It's hard for me to manage them. To some people, probably not. And just about 4 or 5 days, I planted my seedlings tomatoes. As you can see, I have 16 hills. With this one here, it's got 1 plant, but every others have 2 plants. I like them when they grow big because I got the milk cage that goes around them. It's pretty big, and they support each other from the wind and so forth. I like them when they plant 2 of them in the same hill, separate them about 6 to 8 inches apart. And last night or yesterday afternoon, I had to water them. As you can see, the rest of it right is dry, but in the pit, it's still wet. These are my pepper seedlings. Almost every spot is got some. They're still. I'll give them another week, and then I'll plant them. Same thing with with the eggplant. I planted eggplant seedlings. So this is the Japanese type eggplant, which is the long and slender. Yeah. That's all the update on the garden. But man, the roses this year, because it got warm quickly, very fast. They are the best looking roses I've ever seen. This is all these roses you see, with the exceptions, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are different, but they are all from what they call knockout roses. All the way, all these have been came from those two rose plants, knockout roses that I bought. Yeah, roses, especially the knockout roses, it's like a weed. It's been now about a month since we planted the seeds in the garden. Let's go check out in the garden. Everything is blooming. Let's start with the okra row. This is the okra row. I still have to do some transplanting on and and thin out the areas that are too crowded. They like to be about 10 to 12 inches apart. If you put them too close, it will not produce those pods. Not very well, anyhow. Let me move here so I don't put the shadow. Yeah, the spacing between these two is all right, but like here, it needs to be thinned out. It needs to be thinned out, and also there's some weeds that you need to pull out. You got to pull out those weeds. Potatoes, doing really good, or half of the potatoes. The other half, for some reason, it's a different kind, has not sprouted at all. Now we're going to start looking for potato bugs. So whenever you see those bugs starting, I don't want to do anything until I see them. You need to hit them hard. You got to nip them in the butt. Nipping in the bug. You will see them because the leaves will be eaten up. And they gang up on one plant, it seems like. And these are the zucchini type squash. The green squash. Looking good. And these are radishes. They look like they're almost ready. Let's see. Yeah, oh, my cat just came by here. Yeah, as you can see, yeah, it can go another week, maybe a couple of days, couple of 4 days. By this weekend, it's Tuesday today, so maybe, oh, I mean it's Wednesday, maybe by Saturday it should be big enough. Radishes it's a crop that grows really quick. And here's the cucumbers. A couple of hills didn't show up. One here didn't show up. And then I think 2 here that didn't show up. Let's cross the row, and here are the yellow squash, and they are looking really good. Yeah. And once they start blooming, I'm on plant some more on this empty spot. and I'm gonna plant some more cucumbers and zucchinis also. Best when you see weed like this, you need to go ahead and put them out. Once they get bigger, they take over and shade everything, and the weeds will not grow, or they don't grow as bad. When they're small, you need to give them help. And tomatoes, only been about a week since I transplanted them from the seedling stage, and they doubled in height already. Yeah, this one here is an example. When I planted them, that first short one, that's all of them were about that size. See that the other one is grows so fast, but I'm not sure why this one it stayed dwarf. But pretty soon we'll have to do some straw around them so keep them standing and the wind won't blow them, because sometimes the wind, when they're small like this, before they put the cages, they break. 3 times bigger, and they even have a flower. See that flower right there? Wow, that's a tomato. Those are 2 tomatoes right there. And 2 days ago, I bought some eggplant, the Black Beauty eggplant, 2 of them. I bought them from Walmart. They look good. So I planted some cantaloupe from seeds that I got last year from a cantaloupe that we bought. I saved the seeds and I planted some, and they sprouted really good. Even one right here, and I think nothing sprouted over here. One hill didn't sprout. Doing really good. There's 2 of them. It needs to be thinned up to 2 plants per hill maximum. Right here we've got 1, 2, 4. So I'm gonna take the weakest ones. I'm gonna let them grow a little bit longer. Well, take them all aside. All right. Let's go check up on the seedlings, pepper seedlings, and some eggplant seedlings. Some plants can be transplanted, but most of them are not. These are mixed jalapeno and green red bell pepper, the kind that turns red if you leave it on the vine. And there's some eggplant. Almost time to plant, well, it's past time to plant the eggplant and the peppers, but it's been the last couple 3 days is rain. Today is the first day that we haven't had any rain so far yet, but it still looks cloudy and might get some rain. As a matter of fact, I can feel a drop here and there, so probably we need to hurry do the eggplant, and we'll see if we got time to do the peppers. The peppers, there's a lot of them. Eggplant, there's not too many. Well, I think I'll wait on the pepper until tomorrow because it's getting cloudy, and I'm afraid. Let's check it out. Look at that. Yeah, it's not an ominous cloud, but it is dark cloud, and it's moving fast, so that means it's low. When it's low, that means it's loaded. And one good thing, we don't hear any thunder. All right, tomorrow we'll plant the peppers. Hopefully it will be sort of dry. All right. So today we're going to plant some of this pepper, or most of them. Thanks God it didn't rain, or didn't. It came as just a sprinkle last night, but it didn't rain heavy. So I got my tractor. We're going to reshape the rows that didn't have anything, and even some of the ones that have like around these potatoes, they need to soften up, and also take care of some of the weed that started to grow in between the rows. You got to do that once in a while. Can't do it around the tomatoes. Where we might, I can take those cages off. I haven't put all the cages yet on. So today I'm going to run the tractor and reshape the rows, and then we'll plant the peppers. Look at that doggone bugs is attacking my eggplant. And it's mid-May and there's already bugs. Usually you don't see this type of bugs until maybe end of June, early July you start seeing them. This is too cool for them, so when there's that many, I grab them and step on them. One of them fell off in here. Right there. Step on. There's not too many. That's a fly. Okay. Rerunning this row, as you can see, it's an empty run, and we're going to reshape it to its maximum height. So we push those blades, those discs, all the way down to give it as much height as possible. But as you can see on the row where there's cultivation, where there's plants, we don't push those discs all the way down, especially the one with the tomatoes that, as you will see doing next, is, we're going to barely put those discs down because we do not want to cover the plants because they will kill them. But the sweeps, yeah, we push the sweeps all the way down. It helps tremendously with the weed control. And we got the tractor right now is fully adjusted. It's adjusted the way I wanted it. It's excellent. As you can see, I pushed the disc down a little bit too far, and I pulled it back up so I don't cover those eggplants and those little tomato plants. And the same thing around the squash and the potatoes, and also the okra. We don't push the blade all the way down. I push the disc all the way down when there's nothing growing. Like for example, in between those plants, there's nothing growing. I'll push it down all the way to reshape the road, reshape the hill. But yeah, it's you can control it very easily. Now we're gonna go to a fast speed now. and ready to be planted. I'm gonna have plant some fresh squash and zucchinis and cucumbers. Cucumbers didn't do so good. I only got 4 plants survived, whatever the reason. Never had this kind of failure before on cucumbers. Okay, we'll go to planting. Right, all the peppers have been planted, I think, except for maybe 4 or 5 that were way too small. So I'm not gonna plant it. It's close to 60 plants. All right, next thing is to give them a drink. Just a little drink, not too much, because soil is already wet, just to compact it. I learned you got to give them a drink, believe it or not, from the tobacco people. You can see right there, a long time ago, is when they plant those seedlings, they give it a drink of water at the same time, and they pretty much have almost zero failure. So it does two things. So it'll hydrate the plant because it's gone into a shock from being transplanted. The soil around it is going to suck some of that moisture from the plant itself. And second, it compacts the soil around it, so it won't eliminate some of the air around it. So yeah. So let's continue. We're supposed to get some rain, so I'm not too worried about it. But the soil around it, it could be dry. It could be sucking the moisture out of that little plant. When they're little, they're very susceptible to changes. They don't, just like a grown person versus a young person. They are more susceptible to getting sick or hurt than an older person. I mean, an adolescent person. Seems like I'm gonna need some more water. Anybody counting how many plants we've gone? That's the last one. Let's water this eggplant from last night. Although I did give it a drink. Okay. Those peppers do look a little bit yellowish, but they will, whichever didn't survive, they probably won't. But the one that survive, it'll turn bright green. Not bright green, but dark green, I mean. Look at the eggplant. There are the difference. There's some yellowish, and now those two that planted about 10 days ago. They are 3 times the size and dark green. All right. That's how we plant peppers. We wait for it to rain. Once it rains, we're going to run the tractor again to mound around the plant a little bit better. Next thing, I'm going to plant some seeds on some more okra and some cucumbers. I mean, not okra, but squash and zucchini. Radishes is doing good. My wife loves them. I do too. All right.